Bonjour metalheads, it's the Strong Boys 19 here, and this is my next album review, and I'm going to be reviewing the new album from the band Gojira entitled L'Eanfant Sauvage. Now we all know the band Gojira. For those who don't know, they're a metal band from France, and the band has been really well known from a lot of these great albums, and they've came back to release this album on the 26th of June, and I listened to most of the album from a random website from another website named Loudwire, because Loudwire shows the official album leak so that you can listen to the whole album from there. And that's basically what I did. So I listened to the whole album from that random website, and I was completely blown away from this album because of its really deep, heavy, intense music with a lot of these vocals that sounded like a really deep voiced monster. So I love everything about this album, and it is really, really cool for its time. And if you haven't checked it out yet, definitely check it out. If you are those types of people that likes to listen to albums that have been leaked, or if you just cannot wait for the album to be released, then you can just buy the album from there. So, let's get to the review. The new album is really, really deep, and I mean really deep. And it is a really precise, heavy album from the band. I know that the albums have become basically, the same old heavy style back when they made the albums throughout their career. Well, L'Eanfant Sauvage is like that. And the best way that I can explain this album is that if you listen to the album, it will basically imagine you that you're inside a really deep and scary place, whether it's in a prison cell or in a dungeon or in a cave, or maybe inside the Chamber of Secrets from the second Harry Potter film. So that's basically how I feel with this album, because the whole album is really dark, and I like albums that has been really just aggressive and imaginative. The label for this album is the good old Roadrunner Records once again, and we cannot beat Roadrunner Records. And Roadrunner Records had been releasing a lot of these fantastic, amazing, kick-ass metal albums from a lot of metal bands throughout this whole entire world. The vocals sounded really raw, basically a really deep sounding vocal technique, and the drumming is really great as well, and you also get to hear a bit of blast beats, or mostly from the song The Gift of Guilt, and that is my favourite track on this album. And the guitar work sounded really heavy as well, and is packed with intense metal riffs, and the sound of the instruments sounded really great, and the bass guitar work is also really great as well, and the whole music throughout a lot of these tracks on this album sounded really, really deep and intensely heavy and insane throughout a lot of these tracks from this album. So, if you haven't heard of the new album by Gojira, you can check it out if you want to. If you are that type of guy that listens to albums that have been leaked, or if you just cannot wait for the album to be released, you can buy it when it's released. and that's going to happen, like I said, on the 26th of June. So, yeah, this album is really, really good, and I really enjoyed it all the way through. All of the tracks are really great, and my favourite songs are all of them because of its moments of awesome, heavy music and a lot of aggressive type of vocals. So, yeah. So, I was really pleased that this album got leaked. And Gojira is one of my favourite metal bands, and I mainly remember a few songs from the band, and they are Lizard Skin, The Link, Remembrance, and Love. And now that I've listened to the whole album, L'Eanfant Sauvage, I love this band a whole lot more, and I will be reviewing the rest of the albums from this band in the future for the metalheads out there and for the fans of this band. So, yeah, that's basically my review of L'Eanfant Sauvage by the metal band Gojira. This album rating for this album is going to be 5 out of 5 stars. So that's my review for the new Gojira album, L'Eanfant Sauvage, like I said. And thanks for watching. And there's going to be more different reviews of different albums this year, and for some new videos in the future. So rock on, guys, and keep it metal.